Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Command Ops 2, episode number 5. I had a bit of a scare because when I saved my game, I put it as the end of episode 3, and I was like, oh my god, I lost the episode, but thank god, we're okay. So in the last episode, I was a little frustrated that it was slow moving, and part of me gets in my own head about trying to move at a pace acceptable for posting the video. I really should just get beyond that because it just makes me play a little bit worse. Anyway, we were able to orchestrate a huge maneuver over the north of Lomersweiler. So I don't think we should pull it off for much longer because nightfall is at 5 o'clock. Sunset at 4 and complete night at 5. So we really only have another hour and a half to get the stuff done we want to get done. And we could always slip our attack on Breitfeld Crossroads until tomorrow, until day 2. But I think that would be it would, no matter if we eliminated like every unit down here, it would not be a total failure. Which, by the way, I haven't taken it down to current yet. So now we don't know exactly where a lot of these units are. In fact, these are even gone if we look at recent. I don't know what recent is. I think it's a half an hour, but current is, I think, 5 minutes. So we just don't know where a lot of these units are. And we have a lot of units who are getting a little bit more fatigued. It looks like Able Company has taken quite a few casualties, so we'll have to be a little careful with them as well. We have our anti-tank platoon. They're just basically holding Steinbrook right now. And that's right, Charlie went off to rout the other enemy unit, who's now finally gone. We finally pushed him all the way north. Okay, so that's basically the lay of the land, the situation as it is right now. Baker was taking quite a lot of fire from up here, possibly some enemy forces in this forested area. So let's see, we're bombarding here. This is current, so I think these guys are actually legitimately all here. Now this is the thing with these guys, they have almost no cohesion, they're almost completely fatigued. So these units are just about as miserable fighting units as you can imagine. Now granted, they're still, I think, relatively experienced units because it is the 12th Volksgrenadier, which is one of the more experienced units, as we already saw from the briefing on the West Front. So we can expect them to at least put up a resistance more than green troops, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with these kind of combat values. Cohesion of 7, fatigue is just impossible. I think just impossible. But we've also been pushing our 51st Battalion pretty hard. And some of these guys you can see have just taken substantial casualties, even lost some morale from this one. They'll have a chance to regenerate that overnight, but that'll be a lot easier if they can regenerate it from the peaceful enclosure of Breitfeld. And I kind of see now why it's maybe good to wait to take Breitfeld until day 2, because you almost don't have the forces to spread out along the 3 objectives. We're still going to try to do that. In fact, what I might even do, this may sound crazy, but this thought has just come to me. I didn't really think about this off camera, but I think we're going to draw our infantry group back to Steinbrook. Or at least, well, I mean, yeah, that would be the best way. Maybe we could split them, or whatever unit is in the best shape. So certainly not Charlie, because they've been running around everywhere. Let's see, Able, Baker. Able looks like they're in slightly better. Baker, these guys aren't that fatigued though. So what I might end up doing, actually, is putting the 318th in control of the Steinbrook-Veppeler-Erb gap. So just have them control defensively the forest, as well as the gap between Veppeler and Steinbrook. Just control this whole area. Kind of they're already controlling it, because if a unit is in town, they will rest better. We also know that, well, I suspect that the Germans are going to attempt some kind of repositioning or night maneuvering to get very close to us in order to take Steinbrück. And we're better positioned to defend it if we're in the forest, because remember, infantry has really good is really good against direct fire in the forest, because direct fire only fires at like what, 15%, something like that. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more concerted push with the 318th forward. I'm going to do this attack here. Just continue to push them out of this little neck. We will do a lot of bombardment. We don't really have any ammo left for bombardment, so is this push... Well, it's still a good idea, I think, because it's forest fighting to forest, and their units should be more fatigued. Just, we've been bombing them to hell, so... Let's do that. Okay, so now 5 minutes in the video, we can actually start unpausing. I'm going to, as soon as these guys complete their maneuver, immediately retask them to Breitfeld. We're going to leave the 35th holding Lomersweiler. They have to be in really good fighting shape for Sankt 5th itself. And then our infantry is going to push forward and then probably just fall back to defensive positions for overnight. Okay, very good. So let's unpause and see what we have going on. Okay, 20 seconds. Oh, yeah, emergency resupply. Yeah, don't blame you. You're completely out. And it's just, I mean, these guys all have the symbol of blue, which means that they're all just picking targets, and I don't see any yellow. So you can be firing, have that blue icon, but the yellow takes priority, just the same way if you're taking fire, yellow, and you take a casualty, red, the red takes priority. So if it shows blue, that basically means they're not being engaged. And look at this perfect timing. These guys are just getting over the hill just in time. I really would like to retask these guys to bombard a little bit longer, though. Good God, I would really like that. These guys have left the area, so it looks like the bombardment here, good, is actually hitting a secondary target. An infantry company, they have a few Panzerschrecks and Panzerfaust, so I don't want to meet them directly. Yeah, I guess we have exactly what we're going to do. The 66 is going to be retasked with bombarding here. Are these guys still moving though? Yeah, they are still moving, so just wait one moment before you do anything. And the 22nd is going to be retasked to probably engage this unit here. That's what we'll do in a second. These guys are obviously still moving. Oh, these guys are still here though. You know, we can get both. And here comes this gear. But I think we can get both here, which is I think that's a reasonable, so is that covering it? Yeah. They're right at the edge of here. So we could shift it over to the right a little bit. Especially because I suspect that's the direction they're going to fall back. That's good. I want to drop it down a little bit as well because, again, if they're going to fall back anywhere, it's probably going to be that way. Okay, good. So let's put that bombardment right between the two, hopefully get both at the same time. And we'll leave the 62nd. Just, I think we deleted that already. We have. So we'll leave these guys for a moment. Oh my god, it's just, there's so much carnage. It was just such a good maneuver that we knew right where they were going to go as well. So the 51st still taking pot shots here, unfortunately. Have they stopped? No, it still says they're moving, which means we probably have lost vision of them. However, we may have lost vision of them because they're here. So, you know what? Let's run it back anyway. Just in case they are there, we'll just use up the last remaining bombardment we have, basically. I didn't say don't avoid friendlies, so they will avoid friendlies, hopefully. Yeah, those guys are actually just invisible, so probably we'll just delete that bombardment. We're getting a little too close anyway. Oh, that was good. That was right on top of them. Here goes these guys. This is just perfect. Love seeing this. Okay, so they are still there. It looks like they are still there. Let's get the bombardment then. In a way which doesn't expose our own units to fire. And they're going to retreat, so we can probably do something like this. They're going to retreat this way. We're already bombarding there. That's nice. And I think that should be okay. Very good. And I moved this guy so he'd be in better position. Oh, very nice. Okay, very good. The 66 should be coming in. Let's not get tunnel visioned. Make sure that nothing else is going on. Okay, good. But I have to say, we executed this rather well. I mean, it wasn't me. It was just the AI just moving in where they should, really. Okay, probably delete that. And the 22nd has completed their mission as well. Supposedly these guys are still here. Okay, well, that was good. We've run these guys completely ragged. I just don't even know what they have left. That's still a reasonable fighting force. Nothing really against anti-tank though, just these 2 Panzerfausts, and I would not want to just go up with only 2 Panzerfausts. This is probably not enough. Alright, and these guys are doing their attack order, supposedly, eventually. So we're going to leave these guys on rest. We're pretty much out of ammo anyway. And now let's get this order going. So 51st, I know you just haven't even done anything yet. You haven't even finished your attack order here, but what you've already done is enough. So go ahead and attack into Breitfeld. And what you can do is just kind of put yourself behind this ridge line so we don't take fire from Sunk 5th. And then that's where we'll dig in there for the night. Probably we're going to face enemy forces that are going to hole up in the forest right across from that. That's really unfortunate, and this is where I'd like to have more than 1 infantry battalion, but that's not what we were given, so we'll just make do with what we have. I mean, these guys couldn't have crossed the road, though, because we would have seen that. But that's okay. Just stay as is. Okay. These guys have finished their attack order. That means good that they're actually starting to get their orders, radioing in the jeeps, radioing to the different companies that they're being retasked to attack. Yeah, this is actually really good. Thank God this game is smart. They have given themselves a form up order here preemptively, which I should have done. I should have told them form up here, but what I did was just tell them attack. But thank God the AI is smart. They're going to form up here first and then move over. So that's good. It looks like these guys are really dug in here, so let's just take the guy with more ammo, the 66th, and get them to continue to raid down some artillery over there. If I can, maybe I should push. Okay, yeah, what we want to do is kind of look at where we can see these guys. Okay, from here, but barely. Yeah, this is good. Is this the line that we should follow? Okay, so it falls off. Can we see them better here? Not really. I mean, we've done it pretty well right where we are. Yeah, a little bit to the right is really good. Otherwise, can we come up the other side? We can. Okay. So what if we do a double attack at the same time? What if we have this guy form up here and attack here? And then also at the same time have this guy form up here and then attack over the ridge as well. And actually I want to push their second objective past so that they continue to push the enemy. Both will clear through. You don't want to just take the objective, you want to push past and secure. So hopefully we'll do that just to root these guys out. They'll have all the artillery fire that they need, which hopefully is only one battery, because that's all I'm going to give them actually. We do need to keep the 22nd. Somebody has to be available for the 318th when they finally make their move. It didn't appear to start getting darker to me. I just may not have noticed, but from what I could see, it didn't really get darker. And look at our artillery itself is just fatigued as hell. That's okay. Once these guys get out of here and take the town, I'll give them a rest order in Breitfeld so they can just rest overnight. Okay, these guys took such casualties that they're saying we don't have the fighting force capable of taking that. Well, tough luck. You've been given an order to take it. Take your objective. Maybe they aren't relying on the fact that I'm actually sending in a dog company as well. My stewards. I think it's a good order. Okay, they're going. The dog's going as well. Dog's going to get there way before them, but at least they'll be kind of supporting. I mean, let's see. From here, do they have the ability to even see? No, but as soon as they begin moving... Okay, once they get here, they'll be able to... Yeah, good. I just need them to get there as fast as possible so that they can help. As soon as the units start moving, retreating back down here, that's what they're really meant for. So I probably pushed dog into the attack a little bit too quickly, but that's okay. I wanted dog to be the lead element in that engagement, so I got my wish, but maybe just a little by a little too much. Speed this up a little bit more. Here they go. Okay, so this is where we begin our attack, which means the 66 is going to continue to assist. There's really not much left of these guys, though. And we suspect they're going to fall back. So we'll just do something like this. Okay, we're going to still leave the 22nd for the other group. There they go. Oh, they just did... Oh, gosh. They just did an air attack. Well, that's really unfortunate. Now, we don't need this unit here anymore. That's really interesting. We really don't need this unit here. I didn't think about this at all. So let's try to get this guy. Where is a good place on the hill? Where do you have good vision? Wow, that is perfect. So that's exactly where you're going to go. No. Go here. Is that where I wanted it? It was here, right? That is pretty darn good. Let's just check to see if it might be even better, you know, just because it's amazing one spot. No, I think that's probably the best. If we go down. Yeah, actually going down a little bit can be helpful to get this area. Oh, no, right where it is just perfect. So I'd say shift it to the left a little bit. Yeah, shift it left a little bit. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Very good visibility here. So do something like this. No. What was wrong with going on top of a hill? How is that not a reachable location for you? Go to line formation. You're going to face southwest. That should be good enough. And go ahead and open up on anybody you see from max distance with max rate of fire. Just suppress and do this. Your fatigue is not that high, so I'm actually going to have you do a forced march. Fastest. Just get there as quick as possible, because I want you to be able to engage the guys who are actually going to be retreating very soon. So hopefully that happens. We weren't given any air cover, were we? No. These guys are retreating west, in fact. So, not what I expected, sadly. Okay, your bombardment has to stop now because we're about to get there. Oh god, they have plenty of stuff here for us though. Jeez. Looks like the 318th is engaging. Ah, we're taking fire from... That should go to yellow. Please not red. Good. Hey, look at them scatter. Oh my gosh. Okay, if this unit goes this way, it'll probably go... Okay, let's just call in both because this is important enough. I want to make sure we win this fight. We are taking fire from this, and we don't have visibility there. Could we detach somebody? Well, nobody can actually get into the forest there. It shouldn't be anything useful attacking us because the infantry is so routed. Yeah, there it goes to yellow, which makes sense. He's going to get there quickly. They're not moving, so we actually have to bombard here, I think. Delete this. I don't know where they're going. Okay, we lose visibility of them, so we just don't know where they are, actually. Well, we know where one guy is. 22nd has gotten reinforced. Do your bombardment mission here, then. There, good. We can... That's going to be a hit because, yeah, that's where they are. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere over here, so just bombard the whole down area. Yeah, we actually took a darn casualty. 2 casualties. My goodness. Well, this is why you gotta push past, you know? You have to keep moving. Just sitting there looking like fools. Damn. Okay, now your bombardment is no longer needed. We're gonna need you in another second, though. See, look at these guys in here are just... Ah. Oh my gosh, we're down to... Nope, we're still at 8. Okay, thank God. That's the red has carried over. Thank goodness. Hopefully that bombardment does it. So we'd be right on top of them if they were actually here. The AA is coming over. Whoa, they are there. Oh my gosh. They are really right there. Well, call down fire support immediately. And this has got to be danger close. They may not retreat. We will have support coming over there so soon. Just hold out a little bit longer, Stewards. Just a little bit longer. I think that has suppressed whatever is going on from the force. Not good. We're tunnel visioning too. See? We have... Well, I'm not too worried about this. doesn't look too threatening. They have good cohesion though. Oh, it's a battalion, an HQ battalion. Alright, alright. I could really use some air cover right now. These guys are routing. And they are still coming from over here. You know what? Bombard again. They're over there somewhere. That's one more time and then we're done. Oh, good. We've actually been really effective. Okay, that's good. Whoever's free, we're gonna need to just put one barrage down. You can just imagine the infantry calling in, being like, hey, you know, we're still getting attacked over here, and the priority has been not to help them out, but we should make it still a priority to assist them. Okay, these guys are beaten up. This guy's gonna move that way. This guy's making it just fine. Didn't lose too much fatigue for that really forced march order. Okay, the 22nd is available. Call them in. Yeah, call them in mainly on this guy then. They can get the other one, that's fine, but mainly just call them in on this. Is that high enough? Yeah. Okay, good. That's it. 66, you're still with us down here. Probably you're just going to keep running it in this forest until we hit whatever is there. Now, the one thing that we have going for us with all these units cut off is control. So we've kind of cut off their line of control through Nidingen. Now we're going to evacuate the area. We're pulling out of that, so the control's not going to last there. They just need to move a unit through and they reestablish resupply. But maybe that's still enough. Maybe that's still enough. Because look at, in order to resupply any units that are still here, they have to go all the way around and through this area. Here comes our artillery. Lots of stuff going on at the same time here. We're still bombarding these guys. We're still taking fire from there too. Good, that came in right at the right time. These guys are still moving, so just for now, I'm not going to do anything. Okay, these guys don't look like they don't look like they stopped. So bombard them. They're in the forest. Perfect time. Call it in. Look, I'm going to upgrade your order to quickest. No, sorry, fastest. Because you guys really got to get that done soon. How's visibility? It's gotten worse, I know, but how is it? Not good. It's gone. Damn it. Well, after this, I'm just going to give a generic defend Lomersweiler objective. We're getting beaten by units that we shouldn't be getting beat by. They're doing a good job in exactly what they probably have in mind to do, which is bog me down. Oh my god, they're right on top of each other. Which is not good for tanks going up against infantry. They took another casualty. Damn. I mean, we can't even call on fire support. They're just too close to each other. Oh my god, they're down to 5. Holy cow. Dog Company is just destroyed. I may have made mistakes here. This guy finally is routing. I don't think... He's not even routing. He's just moving to reinforce or something. We're retreating. Damn it. Call it in. Okay, just use everything. Just use everything we have. You know what? No, don't do that. It's 5 people. What? They have the balls on these Germans are enormous. They have 5 units left. 5 lone units, and they don't surrender. They're just willing to fight to the very bitter end. And it is a very, very bitter end, unfortunately. Okay, they just left, unfortunately, after they murdered Dog Company. Okay, so reattach, just have everyone reattach. You're going to stay there, but after everyone reattaches, reattach, you're going to have... Wait, do you have your whole order of battle left now? I mean, back. 35th. 35th. Where's the 35th? B, D, D. What's going on here? 1st Battalion, 318th Infantry. B Company. Oh, they're in here. Okay, there they are. Alright, so you guys are going to get a generic defend order in Lomersweiler. I want it to be more vertical than horizontal, so let's go something like this. Just something like this. I mean, you're mainly going to defend from this direction, so let's do that again now. There. Yeah, I think this is okay. Okay, let's do that, because this unit will cover us from that flank. Very good. Okay, there's your order. Set up, and then after this, I'll give you maximum rest for that, which I did not do. We're still taking fire, damn it. Balls. I mean, I may have just gotten really lucky in my like first test game in this, which was my first time playing Command Ops, you know. So it's not like I have like a ton of experience, but I did so well. I just eliminated so many enemy units, and I might have been over focusing on that, seeing how cool it was. Yeah, we are taking tons of hits. Let's do a bombardment mission against this guy. He's in the forest. Hopefully get him to cool off a little bit with all his anti... Oh my gosh. This is an anti-personnel gun, though. I don't think this can even... It can penetrate. Okay. This might be what is killing us. AT gun set up in the forest. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope he gets out soon. Okay, it looks like we were now exposed to more units over here. You're on call, so go ahead, bombard away. They have another unit here, so as soon as the 22nd finishes up down here, we're going to shift them over. I'm just never going to stop with the bombardment. Just bombard all night long if I have to. So maybe I have to shift my infantry over to the west. I only have one group, though. They can't be in two places at the same time. I'm probably thinking about this a little bit in the wrong way. I'm thinking about it in how can one of my groups be able to fight all these. That might be the wrong way of thinking about it. I might be better off thinking about it in a way, how can I get the units that are currently engaging my other units to engage me in a way which is advantageous for me? So defending inside a low fire is not ideal, because then close quarters. Although if these guys are smart enough to cover the appropriate entrances, we should have, I don't know, hopefully long range fire against them. You know, poor Charlie, they just run all the way back, and the moment they get over here, they just get drilled. It's quite unfortunate. Alright, so these guys are certainly still here. We saw them, so just continue to pound them. And the 66, go ahead and pound these guys. Yeah. There they are. They're still there, damn it. Okay, well, our units are getting tied up for sure. I'm going to be able to speed this up, because in a second it's going to go to nighttime, and that's when my orders are going to have to go to the infantry to fall back. Okay, so you've done really good, but now it's time to fall back to... Oh man, it's unfortunate that we weren't able to make progress. I might let the infantry still run that out. We should have superior forces there. They should be able to take this little section of the forest. No problem. So let's see what happens if we can really speed things forward quite a bit when it's nighttime. Okay, so we're reorganizing. Good. Just fall back, defend in whatever way you can. if you guys wanted to move, you should have done it a long time ago. They just basically sat there for an hour and a half. Almost 2 hours. What was it? I think it was 4:30 when the order was given, right? 4:15? So it took them 2 hours to get the order. It's just not appropriate. 2 hours to get moving in vehicles. It's atrocious. This guy is attached. This guy's attached. These guys just need to recover from their retreat before they do anything. And we are going to bombard this guy. Where did this guy come in? Where is he? He's really there. Okay, bombard him as well. These guys have recovered a bit of ammo. And we're just going to use it like there's no tomorrow. So in the end, really nothing is going to happen. I think these guys are just going to sleep where they are. I'm not choosing the unit with the higher ammo. Now I'm trying to choose the unit with the lower fatigue. Alright, at least this guy was stupid enough to charge right into an area where we have that covered. It's really nice. So I would want my units... Did they slip their attack order by like 8 hours or 12 hours or something? Let me give you guys a new order. It's useless to go here, so watch what I'm going to tell you to do. Form up here. Attack here. This happens immediately with no rest. And then you're going to defend facing that direction. I imagine is where we're going to take a lot of the fire from. Actually, you know what? Don't even do... Just defend in the town. Even if you don't hold the cross point, I don't care. Just rest up in the town and get ready for tomorrow. But do this immediately with no rest. Just do it immediately. Okay, go. And now we will see... Oh, wow, that works. Okay, they just need to be told to do whatever, the same order twice. My gosh. This AG. It's, I know what it stands for. Assault guns. Ha, took me a moment. Assault gun platoon. There's nothing left of them. And these guys aren't... Oh, they're resting. They're resting in the worst possible positions. No. No. You know what? No. You defend. Your defend order, I'm giving you a new one. Get your guys up into the area I mean, look. Yeah, actually that's perfect. Just like that. No rest. Do that immediately. As fast as possible, so then you can sleep the rest of the night. I don't want these guys hanging out in an area where they're just not covered. Okay, things are going a little bit better. These guys are going to sleep, that's fine. I don't care if you guys sleep, you've done your job well. Okay, so we've actually achieved... of course, it was the Charlie Company of the 35th. Where in God's name are you going, good sir? This is a bold maneuver. I shan't argue if it works. I mean, is he scouting? What is he really doing here? He can go through the forest? Well, that's nice. I'm not going to look. We'll pretend the game isn't cheating. Didn't think that armor could go through the forest. You know, the movement for motorized, if I pause. Yeah, I guess it's green here. So they break it into these grids. I guess you just got to get the right grid. Okay, that's important to know. I probably should use this grid when I'm planning my attacks a little bit more because, I mean, this is really what matters, right? And knowing that there's a grid system, it's kind of important, actually. I really should use this more to my advantage because this is how the line of sight is working, too. Mistakes. Well, I'm still learning this game, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it. So let's see what we've done. Yeah, they've taken this area back. That's bad. I still think that's a good defense point for Charlie, even though the rest of the town is... Wait. You are part of the 35th, are you not? Yeah. Even though the rest of the town, everyone's sucked into the rest of the town, I think that's still a good support position. Right on top of that hill, defending against people trying to flank from the north. Remember, we told these guys to defend to the west, so technically these guys have to cover the south, and these guys have to cover the north. Now, who covers their flank? God help you, nobody's there. Hopefully you just aren't attacked from that side. So now I think these guys can rest. They should be resting now. Okay, I hope so. Are you resting? I don't know. Their fatigue isn't that high anyway. Yeah, I think the job was done. I think it was accomplished. These guys are finally moving in. That's great. We've achieved Breitfeld Crossroads once again. Fantastic. So the unfortunate thing about the Crossroads objective is this area over to the west, this forested area, is very difficult to hold against infantry. They're in the forest. You just have to use a lot of artillery. But the good news is we can at least be in the town itself and kind of defend our angles. Yep, everyone go ahead and move up. So hopefully we can defend from the town, which is even better than the forest. So those guys will all get a chance to rest as soon as they get into town. Good God, Able Company really needs it. And at 2 o'clock, we should have our reinforcements. So at this point, let's just take a look at these guys. They're getting their ammo reinforcements. So as hard as we really pushed their guns, as much ammo as I was using, just wasting at times. You know what? Let's actually do something fun. Their fatigue is lowering as well. Let's just put some pressure on some of these guys. If they're still there, we're just going to hit them. And, you know, this is, hopefully it'll just break up their rest. And then you guys can go back to sleep. You know, you just wake up, you're told, okay, wake up, do this. Just bombard them a little bit if they're there. But having units move like this probably means that the entire German force is shifting. Okay, so let's see. I guess we'll go until Combat Command Baker arrives, CCB, and I'll probably pause because I'll probably need to think about the exact orders I want to give them, and I'll just bring you back into the next episode when I've thought about the orders I'm going to give them, and then I'll actually give the orders. I'm not going to do those off camera, but I just want to think about them off camera. So there it is. They've arrived. Woo. Well, I would say that this was, again, not the best. It wasn't the best. Whoops. What did we just do? What is this? What? I don't know what this is, but delete it. Well, anyways, I'll just take a look at this, like I said, off camera. We might let some of these guys rest. Let's see, what is their... Ooh, they don't have any fatigue? Barely any. Well, in that case, we may be giving some of these guys orders to move and get into position to strike, even though it's not daybreak yet. You know, it's still a good 4 hours away from daybreak. Or, I guess, when is sunrise? Yeah, it's actually 5 hours away from daybreak. So we have 5 hours, we might as well try to get into position. I can already kind of envision it. We'll have one group pulling up. Probably two groups, actually. One that splits off this way. One which takes this main highway. Well, it's not a highway, but it's a main service road at least, MSR. We'll probably have another group which secures this path to the actual highway. If we can take this path, and this path, we have 3 really good approaches to St. Vith. So the actual plan will materialize next episode, but that's my idea. But anyways, thanks for watching. You know, we do have the advantage right now, but the Germans have fought well. They've really, like, only 3 of their units have surrendered, which I'm still very surprised by. So yeah, so stay tuned for more in the next episode, and until then, take care.